Hey everybody, it's Ryan. I'm gonna give you an overview of these jumper cables and what makes them different, actually kind of special. So from an example standpoint, we have a battery here and we have these jumper cables here. Some call outs right out of the gate is these are 6-gauge, heavy duty gauge jumper cables, 16 feet long. Nothing more frustrating than not having enough length. So 16 feet. Also, another cool thing is how these are designed. Notice the copper head is a little bit different. I'll show you how that works here in a sec. On both of these, the handles here are also very heavy gauge, and then you have a very heavy gauge spring inside. These things ain't flimsy, to say the least. Actually quite impressed. The the covering of these are a powder coated black, powder coated red, so they are going to last for a long time. You got a very heavy gauge cable here, and sometimes these cables like kink and stuff. I don't really understand what they're made out of, make them a little bit different, but they don't really kink, and they're kind of easy to put up because it does come with a little bag here that comes with it. There's a company there. Also comes with a pair of gloves that have sort of a silicone type grip on the inside. So if you're out there doing the deed, getting under the hood where the car might be dirty, you got that going for you. And what is just convenient for sure is a brush here to brush the terminals of the battery. So using the brush, this is where you could clean off the terminal of the actual battery. Kind of nice, kind of convenient having that with it, because sometimes you don't have that, and then you don't get a good connection. These kind of cool here. So the way these work, they're a little bit different. Notice the alligator style clips. You have these style on both sides. So when you clip them on like this, notice that if they go like this, the clip goes around, because this section right here will go around the actual top of the battery terminal, just like that. So you can get a nice solid grip this way. You can obviously go like this, but it's just nice to get a solid grip. Also, you have the base here on the back end, so you can really put it right up in there. Also, this is also very beneficial because when you are mounting this to, let's just say you're grounding this to the vehicle and you have a bolt. Sometimes you're gonna go under the hood and you're gonna look for a bolt on the vehicle to ground this. It does have instructions that come with it, which is also kind of nice as far as like how to connect this to the battery that's good and then to the one that's bad to get a good jump. It tells you specifically how to do that in the instructions, which is really nice and extra, which I wasn't expecting that, because sometimes you might forget. You're frustrated, the car doesn't start, you're not thinking straight, and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot I'm supposed to do it this way. So very cool, very solid, good grip there both ways. Also, as an example of how these things are constructed and where the cable comes in, the 6-gauge cable, and how it's bolted in there nice and solid against the copper alligator clips. Very, very solid, and they are in there. They ain't going anywhere. Full disclosure, this company reached out to me and said, Ryan, can you do a little tutorial of what makes our jumper cables just a little bit different and convenient and will outlast most because of how the cable, how these, and the material used, and the heavy gaugeness of these is all put together. Hopefully, any and all your questions got answered. I'll talk to you soon.